Okay, so I've got a few newspapers, as in hard copies, and then we're going to go to myjoyonline.com for a lot more of what the papers are reporting. But here's the final newspaper, front page of the paper. Female lawyer arrested for allegedly aiding Cameroonian to launder $2.5 million. That's a lot of money. I'll read a bit for you on the front page of the paper. You see Genevieve Okanse, who is a suspect, and Yok Ayuk Young, who is a Cameroonian suspect. A bit of the story for you. And director takes over printing of exam papers. That's another headline there. But let's see if we can find that story. And here it is. Story put together by Elvis Darkon here in Accra says that an Accra Circuit Court has remanded a legal practitioner into police custody for allegedly aiding a Cameroonian to launder $2.5 million into Ghana and repatriate $1 million to Equatorial Guinea. You can read a lot more in the Finder newspaper. But let's see what we've got here at myjoyonline.com. I'll tell you what the graphic is reporting today. Afari-Gyan bids goodbye to staff at EC. It says that the chairman of the Electoral Commission, Kwadwo Afari-Gyan, early Monday morning took a graceful bow from the commission when he met the staff to bid them farewell at a brief Durbar. We're told that he went around some of the offices, but they will not say really exactly when he is leaving the commission. But I guess this even brings the bigger subject of who is taking over from Afari-Gyan. A lot more discussions that people will be having today. Also, Guinean dupes motor companies 1.8 million Ghana cedis, or $200,000. It says that a 26-year-old Guinean, described by the police as an international fraudster, is in the grip of the police for allegedly duping automobile companies in Ghana to the tune of 1.8 million Ghana cedis and $200,000. Also, new boards for state-owned media. It says that the National Media Commission has appointed new chairpersons and members of governing boards of the state-owned media. And Kofi Juma granted bail. Kofi Juma very much trending today. Maxwell Kofi Juma, the defeated candidate in the just ended NPP parliamentary primaries in the Asokwa constituency in the Ashanti region, was yesterday put before the Kumasi Circuit Court, charged with causing unlawful damage to electoral materials belonging to the Electoral Commission. A lot of people will say this is rather shameful attributions to him. But let's move on to the Daily Guide. NPP losers cry out. Story says that unsuccessful aspirants in last Saturday's parliamentary primaries of the NPP are yet to come to terms with what could possibly have contributed to their defeat 2 days after the exercise. But what do we expect? They have to really think hard about it. It's painful to lose, isn't it? Government covers NDC gurus in World Cup scandal. Government's white paper on the 2014 World Cup Committee report appears to have shielded leading NDC officials who were deeply involved in the organizations of the Black Stars trip to Brazil for the football fiesta. That's what Daily Guide is reporting today. Pastor in trouble over robbery. A self-styled man of God in Kumasi who openly made derogatory remarks about the security agencies, including the police, military, and the prison service, live on radio, is in deep trouble. I'm sure you want to find out all the things that this pastor may have said. You can read the details in the Daily Guide newspaper. But let's quickly move on to the Finder. I've told you some of the headlines there, so we can move to the BNFT. Let's move to the BNFT, please. The BNFT is reporting that more bank loans go bad. Banks have tightened further credit to private sector enterprises and consumers as more loans are going bad, reflecting challenges in the economy, the Bank of Ghana has reported. You may also be aware that a lot of people who are mortgaged now, the companies taking back those properties because it's difficult to pay back. Imagine if you've bought a house and you're paying back in dollars. If you were paying $200 from the beginning, say 2 or 3 years ago, imagine how much $200 is today. So a lot of people losing their properties in that regard. Really, really sad story. Mineral revenue dips by 17% in 2014. It says that the Ghana Chamber of Mines says the mineral revenue of producing members declined from about 4.8 billion US dollars in 2014. Also, cedi depreciation reduces homeowners. Okay, so that's just the story that I was sharing. The depreciation of the local currency by more than 40% over the last 17 months has drastically reduced the number of people who qualify for mortgages, all because of the foreign exchange. Let's move to the graphic business. Duplication of roles causes ports delays. Apparently, duplication of roles by various agencies and statutory authorities at the country's ports of entry, especially the Tema ports, contributes the most to delays in clearing goods at the ports. The business community and state agencies have identified, but isn't this obvious? Okay, so this is what myjoyonline.com has captured, and that's what I've been sharing with you. For more news stories, though, just log on. It's www.myjoyonline.com. I have to make way for sports, so let's check out what the Finder Sports is reporting. Don't recall Montari. KP Boateng, government orders the GFA. FIFA ban looms over government white paper, and it's a fresh start for me. That's what Income is saying. Also, athletes advised to concentrate on laurels, not money. Are you saying it to Africans? Maybe go beyond Africa and tell them we want medals and not and not money, but certainly not in Africa. But I'm making way for Kwame Juma Ajiman. He's got a lot more sports to share with you. Remember, you're here on the AM show. Anything you want to say to us, log on to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Joy News on TV.